It's going to be Luke versus Bison. And this is a matchup that actually has been played a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I feel
you don't say.
You know, Bison is still hanging in there. I still think he's a very, very competent character within the realm of, like, you know, contesting against the top tiers. But Luke, man, what hasn't been said about this character, right?
Yeah, Luke is, I mean, he's one of the coolest characters in the game. Obviously, the future of Street Fighter, going to be seeing him in Street Fighter 6, but dominating the scene in Street Fighter 5 as well. You know, the cardinal sin of picking Luke and Sin Brandon staying true to their name.
As you should, to be honest, because he has, like, he's also the complete package.
Oh, he
like,
is.
We talked about complete packages before with Akira. Luke is the complete package, right? You see how much damage he possesses. And the fact that he could get so many of these routes for consistent damage and stun is kind of nuts. But even outside of that, right, he has the fireball game down pat, right? He has amazing normals to convert off of. He has an uppercut as well, and he has a 3-frame normal, right? Those are some of the things that you kind of look for in a very, very strong character. Just a little bit of a hint. If anybody's looking for certain tools to, like, influence their decision-making going into Street Fighter 6, look for these things. I'm just saying, man. Like, if you don't want to play that way, then that's cool too. And then, I'll do it for you.
and you got to remember, you didn't even mention one of the best parts as well. Is this guy does a hefty amount of damage?
Oh no, we talked about that's one of the first things I chimed in on. Heavy damage, and if the damage isn't covered, it's the stun. Stun factor is amazing.
So heavy damage, heavy stun, heavy chance of moving on with a character of this caliber, especially with the historical matchup between these two. No more Goki. Sorry, Akuma. Put him in the back pocket. I've got Goki Plus.
It is Goku Plus.
Yeah.
Goku Plus is actually a pretty sick name. Okay. Moving on up. Brandon now again. Just being able to cover after that throw is so important, right? That standing heavy punch is so far.
Yeah, such a good button. It makes it so incredibly hard for MindRPG to contest. Good stuff.
He actually thought he had the punish there.
Yeah. Right, standing fierce in the scissors, V-shift, nice, and that gives you so much screen position. That's the most important part. Great anti-air so far. And Luke, you know, can try to bust out here, but this is where Bison shines. Oh no, it's party time.
Even if that button was nerfed, hey man, if it hits successfully, it's going to be quite the party starter, as you just mentioned again, going into the Sandblast, keeping that pressure away against MindRPG. What Brandon wants to look for, right, is whether or not MindRPG is sitting there for the charge.
Yeah, trying to see where the charge is coming. Challenges the orb and the throw. Now you have to be super conscious of whatever comes next, plus afterwards trying to challenge. Same thing, any touch, V-trigger activation. MindRPG feeling good about this, but Luke can just play this full screen game. Oh no!
That was mad unfortunate. You know what's wild about that? Like, had he blocked that and found an opportunity, I think Brandon would have been able to possibly get a chip damage kill. He went for the gusto. He thought he had the uppercut against the Devil's Reverse.
Yeah,
Word?
That was clean. And like you said, yeah, had the chance of going for the critical art. Not able to get the whip punish right there, but I love the idea.
Ooh. Trying to check the dashes as well. Reversal Sandblaster catching MindRPG. The whip punish is there against the Psycho Axe. Yes, sir. What's the pressure afterwards? A nice sick throw.
Yeah, and gonna be able to stun here.
See what I'm saying, man? That stun is so good.
And it was a little deceiving, too, there, too, because it looked like a situation where I think any other DP probably wouldn't have gotten the stun there, but, you know, Luke just, he has it all.
I gotta say, that was like, what, like a sequence and a half?
Yeah.
Of getting stunned? Oh, boy.
That slight walk back, that micro step into the low forward, such an excellent option, and now Bison just running out of screen to work with.
Oh. I like this for MindRPG. He's just walking it out. But that's a big signifier for Brandon to start chucking these Sandblasters.
Yeah. Oh, that is tragic right here, because now next sequence has the critical art. You cannot afford to get hit by anything. Any normal, we've already seen the whip punishes come out consistently from the side of MindRPG, and you got to get those anti-airs. You can't let him get in like
he
this.
Can actually get a chip damage kill scenario again, because MindRPG is, in fact, in Trigger. He's got a tough hill to climb, too. Even with Trigger, this is going to be his last one. He still has to spend so much meter to get that extra damage.
Yeah, now with the gray health, any block string means that you are done, but such a good option from Brandon, getting the first game, and still had so much resource to use. Even if you block that, you're just stuck under duress.
That's literally what I was going to say. You took it right from my brain. I got to say, like, yeah, hit or block, he was dead.
Yeah, exactly.
If he had blocked that, he would have run into another sequence and got chip damage.
And it's because of that gray health as well, because, you know, wasn't going to be building the V-trigger, goes for the V-reversal anyways, and he's like, oh, GG, shake my hand. You block anything? Good stuff. Oh, you get hit? You better have the best read in the game and the best whip punish in mind, or else you're donezo. Oh, that's so good. And
yeah, so, I mean, like, why not go for it, right? If you see Bison going forward, he doesn't have any meter, too. He can't EX stomp through it. He's going to have to hold this, right? He has to react to it raw.
And it's better than a traditional Fireball as well. So, you know, we talked about the excellent Fireball game, but the Sand Blaster, it's Fireball
so
plus.
Good. It's so good.
And the whip punishes are so good consistently. Brandon has just been punishing that Standing Fierce. Typically, you know, we see Bison dominate with that button, but Luke just excellently spacing. Brandon. Oh, yep.
Bison! And he knocked the microphone out of Jake Ryan's head.
I definitely, I got a little mixed right there. I was like, wow, I got anti-aired.
Checking the lows, primarily looking for the movement, right? Plus frames afterwards, MindRPG, looking for the activation. What happens now? Sin Brandon just getting out of the corner, or sorry, getting out of dodge, really, not the corner per se.
Yeah, and again, even if you get hit by this, the confirm is going to be enough. It does so much damage!
Oh my God,
Why
Jake,
does it
what
do
is happening?
so much at the end of the combo?
Nasty.
And even if that didn't kill,
It would have killed anyway.
it would have killed anyways, yeah. Oh, man.
Good.
Yeah, didn't even have to spend the EX at the end either. Like, yeah, I'll keep my 2 bars.
That's so funny.
Yeah, finally the counter hit on the Standing Fierce. You know, not a big success rate, but feeling successful in the corner now. The pressure is going to be crucial.
Yes,
So good.
that's what I'm talking about. Now a little bit of a stun from MindRPG. There's going to be a lot of scaling involved, but here comes that blast, the Cycle Blast. The throw is going to be 1 touch away, but no, yeah, actually Brandon was the one to try to sneak it in there to get the corner position, but MindRPG is very mindful to press those buttons, get that round against him.
Yeah, definitely. It all started from that first Stand Fierce counter hit because you get the... That's what I'm saying, jeez.
Oh, he's bet it all.
I mean, in this 1-0 position, I mean, you do have an opportunity to bet, but you do not want to lose this team against MindRPG. And like we said, hasn't been able to get the win yet over Brandon. It was again.
I love seeing Psycho Wax punish.
Yeah. Oh, and a good check on the dash. Not afraid. Brandon has just consistently showed the whip punish, and now the dash punish. And any situation, you know, you can't, even as MindRPG, you can't really confidently activate V-Trigger here because the full critical art is available for Brandon.
He's gotten that so often. Like, I think there hasn't been a single moment where Brandon hasn't had full critical art stop.
Yeah. Oh, yep. Goes for the slide activate, but now, you know, the double-edged sword right here, you have to slow it down. Gray health already burned, and now MindRPG, you can't take another pressure sequence because he gets another V reversal, the gray health comes out, and it is lights out.
Plus frames after that. Yeah, Brandon is looking real clean right now. Oh, that's huge. Oh, does it matter? Does it actually matter? Chip damage? Ooh, he tried to press the button. Oh, no. Ooh. What is happening? Brandon is like, you know what? He's back at the thrift store. There's a Street Fighter 5 cab. He's trying to make that dollar count. I'm sure it's like due to inflation prices. It's got to be like $1 a game, right? He's like, you know what? We're gonna play this out. I don't want to take you out just yet.
Yeah, I'm out of credits, all right? This is my last dollar. I don't want to get off the setup. And that was a counter hit at the end, too, so I'm actually curious.
2 times over.
Yeah, I'm actually curious as to what Brandon was trying to press there. Had the full resources, you know, didn't opt to go for the DP because it was punished before, but, you know, not willing to send it at the optimal time to send the message.
Most of the time that we've seen Brandon try to check movement, it's been with low medium kick.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, that's got a little bit longer startup in comparison to like a touch medium punch.
Yep.
I think, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chad. But either way, he still got counter hit, right? He just wasn't in time to check the movement.
Yeah, but always in time to check the punish on the Stand Fierce, and such good spacing against the throw. And, you know, that time I'm not taking the throw. MindRPG betting it all right there.
There's the activation plus frames. Again, a counter hit from the side of MindRPG. Brandon tried to check a button after the trigger activation.
And again, like we said before, the critical art is always imminent on the side of Brandon. It feels like he just hasn't excellently utilized his meter. The neutral jump is so clean, and you're done. Set point for the side of Brandon, and he's already going to be starting the next round with critical art after 1 interaction.
That call out made me feel it in my gut. I went full primal. I went, ooh.
Like
it
broke my solar plexus as well.
So we talked about that instance, right? MindRPG actually utilizing that head stomp to get past the Sandblaster, right? It's a very hefty one at that. It costs meter, only for a decent amount of damage with no Oki, really. So like, what happens afterwards? Brandon's like, you know, I'm not really phased by that. I'm going to go ahead and just move on over.
Yeah, and again, uses the meter to get that extra touch, but it's not even equalizing the life lead right here. Still has 1 bar to work with, and the EX Sandblast, and now I get Oki.
Or so you thought.
Yeah.
So you thought. Yeah. I mean, MindRPG still has enough life to build himself an extra bar, but at the same time, it's like, what are you going to do with V-Trigger 1 after that if you do not have EXs to back up the damage or your openings.
Yeah, and I think V-Trigger, you know, unless you're able to utilize the V-skill a little bit more, isn't going to be a possibility in the rest of this match. MindRPG, you know, fighting with limited resources, and Luke is about to have that V-Trigger activation. No, go for the V reversal. The gray health is more important.
Oh, boy.
And
He's trying to go to the last round.
Jeez.
Well, I mean, best believe you got it. MindRPG, Bison in general, has some pretty fat damage in combo, I should say.
yeah, gets the right confirm and had more than enough with the 1 meter. Trade on the anti-air, you know, still paying off for the side of MindRPG, and it is dead even.
Oh, yeah, with punish on the Psycho Axe. Although, I think MindRPG might have moved forward. It looked like he recovered in time, but still, look at his normals.
Dude, I feel like Brandon has punished that standing fierce almost every single time.
Ooh. The standing heavy punch, nothing behind it. He was moving forward, so there's not really much he could do to buffer.
Yep.
No check from the low move, or excuse me, low forward. Didn't get followed up with anything from Brandon either. The reversal out of the way.
Any correct confirm is going to be a one-touch situation now from the side of Brandon. Not able to get the anti-air
The
there.
back throw is so important. Oh my! Had it been a neutral jump, yeah, he knew he was looking for the activation the whole time. Brandon knowing full well what MindRPG is trying to do.
Yeah, he can still close this out, gets the plus frames on the EX kick. Right, chasing down, a nice jab.
And it's so tough if you're MindRPG, right? What do you do with this extra movement that you possess with Trigger 1? What else are you going to do with that? Not much, really.
Oh, and the jab check at the very end. MindRPG trying to close it out as the V-Trigger ran out. Knew that, you know, 35 seconds left on the clock. You have to start chasing down Luke because he has 2 bars. You can't let him build anymore, and you can't let him chip any more gray health away because then it's just a 1 standing medium kick or 1 low forward away from victory. And Sin Brandon, you know, MindRPG, you didn't get the W on the board, but you were this close. Razor's edge.
Pretty close. One of the things I want to see him utilize is meter plus trigger. I feel like some of the moments where he had an opening, it didn't lead to anything. It didn't lead to any sort of threats, didn't lead to any sort of Oki. Majority of the time, he hasn't been able to play his game. Like, how often have you seen him really put Brandon in this particular position outside of that game?
Yeah, I think it was only the one time, and you highlighted it perfectly. Kept spending the resource to use the EX dives, and just even though you were able to get into that one situation, every time V-Trigger was available, you see it's only 1 bar. Only 1 bar every single time.
What are you supposed to do about it?
I mean, it just depends on, like, maybe being a little bit more patient and neutral.
I forget that he has a buff that, you know, I'm thinking about it now. I'm like, wait, do you actually need the meter for that extra damage? You don't. Like, you could get, like, special move into special move, but, like, what happens after that? Like, the damage is still minuscule, right? You're not getting, if you're not spending it for EX scissor kick, you're not going to get that, like, the Oki setup afterwards.